Welcome to Real Life Matters TV, and I am Sweet DBoss. Well, today I interview people and I listen to everybody's stories and on what's going on in their life. But today you're going to learn a little bit about something about me in my life. And first of all, the testimony belongs to Jesus, and this is my story, Sweet DBoss. And another thing, I don't believe in God, I know Him. So this is something of me that I'm going to impart to you today at Real Life Matters TV. I was born in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. I went to Dawson College in Montreal. I did modeling. I played professional basketball when I was in college. And what happened to me is that in my teenage, I've never had a teenage life. I've always had to live my life as an adult because I had to be responsible for other siblings and different people. So I've never had a teenage life. But my topic today that I'm talking to everybody about is don't judge a book by its cover. My experience, the demon, was jealousy. Now, jealousy for me, it started back when I was in college basketball. I was smart in school. I modeled. I did everything I was supposed to do. I didn't bother anybody. But it seemed to me like a lot of women had a lot of problems to deal with me. And, you know, sometimes I had to end up treating women and putting up a big shield in front of me. And the shield was that so I would guard myself from them because I wanted to be their friend, but somehow they didn't want to be my friend or be a good friend to me. So in that whole segment, I had to go through my whole life just not really receiving compliments from anybody, not hearing anything. I would hear people have round table discussions, and I would just walk into college and hear them, oh, here comes Miss It, oh, here comes this person, here she is. And, you know, back then I was a little bolder. I just used to sit down. I used to just talk to people and just said, okay, Mrs. It was here I am. So I couldn't figure out what was going on. So all my life I modeled. I did a lot of modeling. I did runway, pictures, photography, acting, and I found that it started to get real vicious. So if anybody that I'm talking to you today, it got really vicious. I thought to myself, these girls, they wanted to fight me. They wanted to put me down. They would tell me, oh, their man is looking at me or something, and I'm not even looking at their man, or maybe I don't even have a clue who that man could be or who it could be or what they're talking about. So I had a real tough time with when I was modeling and stuff like that. So, you know, I said, okay, well, you know what? I had a backup. My backup is, I said, okay, I'm going to go to corporate America. So I said, okay, you know what? Let me go to corporate America, and I won't have to face all these struggles. That way I can wear what I want, do my hair the way I want, and I won't have that problem. But then again, here comes this jealousy thing again. I go to work, do my job, I got hired on my own merits, and here are these women saying, oh, I must have slept with the boss to get that position, and all this kind of stuff was going on. And none of that has ever transpired and ever happened. So I was just saying, gosh, everywhere I go, you want to be nice to women, but I find that sometimes women are very, very evil. I experienced it from a young age. I'm still experiencing it now, and I know there's somebody out there that is experiencing it, and it just doesn't get better. Sometimes, you know, they don't like you if your hair turned this way, if you look this way, but you know what? When you have jealousy in you, that is the worst thing you could ever have, because jealousy can make people kill, make people want to do things that they don't want to do, and all kinds of stuff. But you know, what happened is that my parents both taught me how, you know, go to school, do the best in school, do what you do. But I didn't net to know that I had to deal with all these women. If you look good, or you're not supposed to look, you're supposed to have a certain look to be smart, or you have to have a certain look to get jobs. If you look good, you're not supposed to work in corporate America otherwise. And if you are in corporate America, you either had to sleep with somebody to get the position, a high position, but that has never happened to me. So anyways, my journey started to come about with this demon everywhere I went. So I went to the United States of America. I figured, okay, you know, it would be a little bit better. I got saved. I'm a Christian. I got saved in Atlanta, Georgia, and I went down to there to get all my stuff done. And then what happens is that when I went there, I couldn't figure out, you know, why are people acting the way they are acting. You figure, okay, well, you're out of the modeling sector now, so I'm just trying to hide myself and keep myself with that shield just below me. But the thing is, sometimes, you know, you want to be women's friends. You're supposed to have that womanly hood together with people, but that always is not the case. It doesn't go like that, because a lot of me and my other friends who are my colleagues for a long time, we suffered under the abusive hands of women with their verbal insights, their accusations that weren't true. Things like this was going on, and they'd even go as far, if somebody likes you, a man likes you, they go and tell the man something, so that, or they go out with the man knowing that you don't even want to be with that man, and they'll do it just to say, okay, you know what, I got him, so DBoss won't go out with him because I went with him first, which is true, which I did do. But anyways, in the States, I finally got to find out the bottom of this demon. And don't judge a book by the cover. And the book is meaning me and who I am, because you have to look at the inner me before you see the outer me. And what's happening is with that is that when I went to a church, and I was in Virginia, and I went to a course for people, because sometimes you're in your professional, when you're up there at a certain level, when you're working in management, when you're working and doing things, you can never, you know, you don't really have a close association. When you're a leader, you don't really have a lot of people around you. So what happened is that I had to incorporate, just either talk to myself at home, read, pray, which a lot of us do, but sometimes that's not really the answer. So anyways, I got involved with a group in Virginia called the Mended Hearts. And I couldn't understand why I was invited to come to this group. But this lady said, she was from Germany, she said, okay, you know what, you come to the group, we'll deal with some stuff. These are for women that are in high positions, that people don't know anything about their lives, that they can talk to other women. So here we go again. I get to the meeting, there's all women there. And I just said, oh my gosh, all women. I said, this must be the wrong place. I don't even want to be there, because I have been mistreated and abused. People want to scratch my face and all that for when I modeled and stuff like that. And it was not a good thing. So I said, I don't think I belong here. So the lady said, yes, you do belong here. And I said, I don't think I belong here, because this is not the right place for me. So immediately I put up another defense. Like, you know, you have the Army secure. I had the Navy SEAL around me. So what happens with that is that I then was paired up with some people, and this was a group we couldn't miss. We couldn't not come that Thursday for no type of reason. We were going to deal with ourselves and our inner self to become whole in Christ, whole in Christian, as a whole person. So what happens is that when that happened, I went there. So I didn't say anything to the lead person, the lead lady. She was from Germany. She was a very nice lady that headed up this group. And so there was a group, we all had to call everybody. So everybody had different buddies and we had all people from all nations. We had Chinese, Black, Spanish, Indian, Native, people from all over. There was like about 30 of us. But when you finally pass that home finish line from this course is when the Holy Spirit will relieve you from it. So anyways, I'm calling everybody, doing what I'm supposed to do, but nobody's calling me back in the group. So I'm saying, but I didn't say nothing to the leader. I didn't say anything. And I just said, okay, well, how come nobody's calling me back? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. We're supposed to pray at a certain time. We're supposed to talk to each other, get to know each other. So I didn't say anything. So for weeks that went on. I didn't have nobody, because nobody called me. So one day now we're sitting in the group, everybody's sitting. So the instructor said to me, did anybody call DBoss? And I said, and I was like, oh my gosh, this woman's trying to embarrass me. I don't want to cause any trouble. I don't want to ruffle any feathers in the group. So he said, did anybody call her? And everybody said, nobody said nothing. So then after she asked me directly, did you receive a call from any of the people in this Mended Heart group? And I said, no. And I said, I did call people, and I didn't. So then she went and hit the real core. She asked me, has anybody gave me a compliment in my life? If a woman has ever said to me, okay, you look good. And I said, you know, I recalled I never really had. I always tell people they look good, but they never tell. So then I had an experience where people told me what they thought of me in front of me coming from all different walks of life. Like they said that their husband was talking about me in church, but I never had no clue of why he was talking about me or anything, and I didn't even know, and was saying that, so they didn't want to talk to me. They said, oh, I look good already, so they didn't want to tell me anything. They figured I didn't need anybody to talk to because I was too smart and I couldn't talk to you like that. And when I heard those things, that really, I broke down and I cried because I said, my gosh, I'm not even thinking like that. And the lady in the Holy Spirit, she picked up, she said, she is not that type of person, because I would never take anybody's husband or take somebody's mate or somebody away to cause you pain. But then after a while, people had to come in to learn to know me, and then I had to learn to take down the shield. And that was a big thing, taking down that shield, because I got so hurt in my teenage, in my early years. I said, well, this can't, you know, is this going to be a life like this all the time? So what happened, she said, you have to take time to learn. So slowly people started to call me, and they started to feel a little more secure with me talking to them, and they told me they could learn a lot of things from me. So if a few of them, maybe out of the 35 connected, and some of them just didn't want to have either, they said it was easier to hate me than to know me. And, you know, and for anybody that's listening, you know, that could be happening to you, you know, and it's a hard thing to do. The only thing that brought me through this was God, Christ, praying, and what I had to do. So in my statement, and what I'm saying, I'm writing a book called Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. And, you know, sometimes people see what's on the outside, but they don't get to know who is inside this product, you know, and who is here, why you can't come and talk to me, but you can't. But I'm just telling everybody that when these things arise, a lot of women don't like to talk about, you got to be at home by yourself. These things are not even happening. You're not hurting nobody. You're not being maliciously doing things to people, and people just have these ideas. They said it was easier to hate me than to like me or to get to know me, because they figured that way was easier, that I hate her and join everybody and talk about me, than for them to come and say to me, hey, I'd like to get to know who you are. So sometimes people just look at the outside, but they don't really want to see who is in the inside. Like, who am I? You know, who am I, this person? And even some men too, some men, they may feel a little intimidated because, oh, okay, she works, she does this, she does that. How do I approach her? And that from that group setting, I've learned how to do a group. And, you know, maybe I'm going to start a group like that here, that people can talk. And this is not no regular church group where everybody's inside knowing and blabbing everybody's business. This is for women that are professional women that cannot go. Maybe they're entrepreneurs, they run their own business, they run their own self. This is something that we also do here for that. And it's also a good medium for people to get together, to know each other as women, because it's better to not judge people than to know who you're dealing with, and that way you'll know how to approach them, and to, you know, and I had to learn to forgive them, and that was a big forgiveness, because women were coming after me for nothing. They want to fight me for nothing. They had, you know, they want to scratch my face. They set up things that lights would go off so that I could trip. Things I can't even tell you what happened to me. It's just unbelievable, you know. And then I thought, and then for me even thinking that, you know, I go to corporate America, it would be better. Meanwhile, it's worse, you know. And then I was like, oh, you got that job? No, I got the job based on my marriage. I didn't lay on my back to get this job. Yes, it's okay, whoever did that, that's good for you, but that wasn't me. So, you know, when I come back, I'm just going to take a short break. And I'm just going to come back, and I'm going to let everybody know what's going on with Real Life Matters TV with Sweet DBoss. So just stay tuned.
Yes, my name is Papa Levy, straight out of Jamaica with enough reggae music from a long time. And now I'm living in Toronto, Canada. If you want to check me out, you can check me on screen, you know, and get all the info you want. Love you, thank you, bye, bless, peace.
My name is Rosina Knott, and this is my husband. George Knott. So this is our coffee. God bless Canada. How the coffee is made is we buy the green coffee bag, and we roast it and serve it fresh. And everywhere machine is clean up. We are very tidy. We're very tidy. The machine is clean up. Each time we roast the coffee, we clean it and we disinfect the machine all the time. So we have Keswick Best Coffee. Our coffee, if you drink our coffee, you need to try our coffee, because if you drink our coffee, you won't go back to any other coffee. It's very taste and very flavor. So, and my husband is the roaster. He roasts the coffee. So with
and the coffee comes from a variety of places. We get the green coffee from South American countries like Peru and Colombia, Brazil. It comes from Mexico. We also get African coffees, which come from Ethiopia and Rwanda. So our coffee is a mixture of a variety of coffees to come up with a unique flavor, and it ends up being what we are calling Keswick's Best Coffee, and nobody has challenged us on that yet.
Yes, nobody has challenged us, and we know what we are doing. So I don't think nobody will win us for now. For now, we are the best. Before them will win us, they have to come for training from us. So that's why we call Keswick Best Coffee. And where to find us, you can find us on the internet and Facebook. And this is our address, 196 Church Street, Keswick, North Ontario. And we can mail it. We mail our coffee, we distribute our coffee to anybody that wants. We sell pounds of coffee. If you call us, we distribute the coffee for you. Just call us. Our phone number is 905-535-1547. If you call us, we distribute the coffee to you. Thank you. Enjoy our coffee.
Welcome back to Real Life Matters TV, and I am Sweet DBoss. And I was just here talking earlier about my don't judge a book by the cover. My experience or demon is jealousy, and I had to deal with that on a daily basis, not even knowing at the time that was what the problem was. I was just thinking maybe there was just something that was always a part of my life. And also, I just wanted to relate to women out there. You know, if somebody is like me and you're smart, you're beautiful, you have this, you have that, you did everything good, you know, don't feel that there's nowhere that you could reach out. And sometimes, you know, we even reach out to the churches, and sometimes the churches are not even there. Sometimes they're the worst ones that will chastise you and will say all kinds of things, because that's where you're supposed to run to worship and have a haven. But the thing is that when you're dealing with some issues and different things, like what's going on with people, sometimes you just feel sheltered out, but you will find the right place for you to be in. And they're going to talk about, they're going to say all kinds of things, but you know what? The main thing is that you just focus on God, and you just focus on Him, and He will bring it through. As I said earlier, you walk it out, and God will work it out. And once you walk it out, He will work it out. And you know, and sometimes you hear that and you say, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'd be able to do that, because it's not even like I even have like my siblings and people that we can say, okay, listen, you know, let's all go hang out today, because you can't even hang out with that. Sometimes your own family is your worst enemy, and sometimes you don't have many friends, and sometimes your friends are like your family. So we don't have to have the same blood, but we can have the sisterhood blood, brotherhood blood that we had. And you know, that's something that we have to work on. And as women, we have to empower one another, because there's certain things in life. Yes, I may do something good in the kingdom, and God is using me to do something as a vessel for God, but that's okay. I can't do it better than Joe or Betsy, but everybody has their own part to play. And as women, I'm not just saying I'm leaving out the men today, but as women, we have to learn how to work together and use each other's strengths and weaknesses. Whoever who's weak somewhere, but don't dog out that person because, oh, you know what, she doesn't know that. That's when you step in. And when we die, we have to pass on the legacy to somebody when we move on. You know, we can't, if you're holding all that stuff into you, God said to pass down your things, that you can't die with those knowledge. That's why I have to impart as much knowledge to somebody else. So what if they're better than me and I imparted that knowledge? That's okay, because God's taking you to another level. And when you're up to another level, that's when God uses you even more. He wants to see, are you going to let go of this, or are you just going to keep there being who you're going to be and just be sad about things? But you have to step up the game, you know, like, and as women can empower other women instead of just, you know, working against and competing. It's not a competition. It's that this is a big world, a large world. People can go around everywhere in the world. We can fly out. But if women can more so work together and, you know, support each other. Everybody's not going to wear the same shoe like you, or put their lipstick on the same as you, or have their hair done the same. Look at my hair. Everybody, because I don't care if this blonde girl with the golden blonde, you know, my hair shines more before they can see me. But that's okay. But, you know, these things that we have to do, and even as men too can work together with other men. You know, everybody can do something that they're good at, and that's what makes everybody come together, and that's what makes you succeed. You know, back in the olden days, somebody laid the bricks, someone was a clayer, someone did the chiseling, someone went up the heights. It wasn't going to be me going up on those high things when they were making those things, but there's somebody out there that will fill that gap. But anyways, in close, that was one of my testimonies, which is not, the testimony belongs to Jesus. That was one of my stories that I had to relate to you. So when you come on the program, on my Real Life Matters TV, you'll be able to tell your story and what it made you today. Yes, I did law background. I had my background as in law. I did it, but I came out. Now I do media, communications, marketing, and branding. And now Real Life Matters TV, and with thatchannel.com. So you don't know where you're going to be walking, because if I didn't continue my walk and keep walking, I would not know where I was going to be led to. And I'm led here. I'm at 600 Bay Street, Toronto, Ontario, Suite 510, and I'm just going to keep moving, keep praying and move, and that's what I'm going to tell people. Just keep focused. Pray and move. And if you do want to come and share your story, I'd like to hear it. Come and share it with us. You can send it in. You can send the email to us. Everything will be on the at reallifematterstv.ca. And I'd like to hear your story. It doesn't matter if it's, you might think it's something small, but it's something big to somebody else, because I'm going to touch somebody. And I want to encourage women that they look good. Just, you know, and you're smart. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't think that there's nobody out there for you, because there's somebody out here. I'm here. DBoss is here. We got a few people that are here that are strong. But anyways, I just want you to keep watching my shows and my programs, and you're going to hear some more of my stories. So that's all for now for Real Life Matters TV. Sweet DBoss. Bye for now.